Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, bringing you news from beyond the mirror, from the other world. Now, there was something I wanted to talk to you guys about 7 Nights, but before I do that, I'm going to go over Aragon, because he was recently released Awaken. And okay, I'm pressing the wrong buttons again. Sorry about that. Okay, here he is, the Awakened Aragon. Now, I wasn't expecting this at all, first of all, and when a friend told me in the comments, I haven't had a chance to reply to it, so sorry if I didn't reply to your comment, buddy. I was really busy that day, and all I could do was really just like it and then get back to work, but really, I'm sorry about that, but I'll reply to it after I'm finished editing the video. I really will, because this is interesting. It really is. Aragon's a great character, first of all. He's very unique, and in this universe, Aragon is known as a very strong and legendary warrior. And to see that he kind of doesn't have a second skill kind of makes me feel a little bad. I really was hoping that they would add a second active skill to his slot, instead of just having the one skill that shows him commanding some troops and telling them to fire some cannons. I really was hoping that they would show his strength, because he is a legendary warrior, and a warrior like him really does deserve something really flashy. And I was really hoping that they would give him a little more with an active skill, and a second active skill, instead of just giving him just the one active skill and an awaken. But that's okay. His awakening skill is really cool looking, and I really am satisfied with that awakening skill. It's really cool. But as usual, we'll take a look at his abilities first, and then we'll take a look at his animations last. This is what it translated to. His passive ability, it increases the weakness and total defense of the entire team by 50%, which kind of just tells you that he's kind of a tank universal. He's really strong and resilient. So he's kind of going to remind you a little bit of an Evan or Nasia. So both of those characters really do. All of these characters have some really strong characteristics that are very similar. So that's something you're going to want to pay attention to. So if you're going to put him on your team, build up his max HP and try your best to put him in the front and give him some really great items, because he can be very resilient. And another part of his passive that plays off of that is all damage that he takes is reduced by 20%. And every one of his basic attacks reduces the enemy's awakening gauge by 25%. So equip attack speed on him, and he will be devastating in arena. He doesn't have a void shield, but I can expect that because he is really strong. He has a really strong body. He can really take damage. So a void shield probably wouldn't make any sense. But build attack speed to play off of that 25% decrease in awakening gauges with every basic attack, because the faster he attacks, the more of the awakening gauge, the enemy's awakening gauge bar you can take off. So that's something you want to pay attention to. As for the rest of his skills, are kind of just enhancements. Like this one, for example, he targets 3 enemies with 250% physical attack and reduces and debuffs 3 turns from their buff. So from the enemy team's buff. So it's kind of just an enhancement of his original skill. There's not much there. But one thing I have to talk to you guys about is his awakening skill. It looks really cool. What this does is it targets 3 enemies, and it deals 400% of physical damage to those 3 enemies. And in addition, he increases the entire ally team's critical rate by 70% for 6 turns. So that is an incredible increase in critical rate, making him devastating in arena. Really devastating. So he is a great tank to have in arena, and he's a great support to have. So he's definitely worth it. If you want to get him, it's a good idea, because tanking a lot of damage and being able to support the team in such a way is really useful. So he's a great supportive character. He's a great tank and is definitely worth getting. But yeah, I really do like him. He is a pretty cool character. I've always liked him. He was always really cool looking. His animations were really stylish and really cool. Nothing has really changed with this animation though. Which made me feel a little bad. I really was hoping that they would upgrade that a little bit, make it look a little more fancy, but that's okay. They kind of made up for it with his awakening skill. Take a look. Really, really cool. Really cool. So yeah, he's a great character. He looks awesome. He's just all around just a great character. I mean, his profile picture makes him look like Santa Claus got a haircut and got a scar in the process, but he's still pretty cool. But yeah, that's the Awakened Aragon. Tell me what you guys think about him in the comments. Tell me if you really want to work hard for this character, because there are missions for Aragon if you want to get him for yourself. They do reward you a lot of stuff in here anyway, so if you want to just do these missions just for those items and not Aragon, you can do that. But yeah, Aragon is definitely worth it in my opinion. I think he's a great character, but that's my overall opinion on Aragon. He's a great character. Not exactly something I want to get right now because I already have a pretty balanced team. I don't really think I need him, but he can work for some critical rate team. If you're building a critical rate team, he's definitely a character you want to bring along with you. Like, say you have a Spike with you on your team who does increase critical rate, and when he uses that awakening skill, everybody's basic attacks will be guaranteed critical rate. So that's definitely something you want to think about if you're building that kind of team. But other than that, I probably won't be able to fit him on my team either way, because as you can see, my team's kind of packed right now. It's filled with characters I kind of need. I can't really squeeze anyone else in there. I'm thinking about probably putting a Spike in there if the developers work on that bug in Arena that makes the AI keep wanting to use them. It's not exactly a bug though. It's just in case you're wondering what that is, why the AI uses Spike so much. I believe it's something to do with his weakness. Spike's weakness rate. I think it's higher than most characters, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's doing that. That's just a guess though. I've heard that from somebody. It's probably not true, but it's just a guess. But it probably has something to do with that. That's probably why the AI is using him so often. But until the developers fix that one thing with Spike, I probably won't squeeze him on my team. At least not him anyways. I might think about squeezing maybe another character that besides Aragon over here that can protect me from debuffs. But anyways, there was something I wanted to talk to you guys and gals out there about concerning Seven Knights. Seven Knights has been getting a little slow with releasing really interesting things, and I've noticed a lot of my friends, especially the global version, they seem to be nerfing a lot of the characters, and that's becoming a problem for a lot of my friends. A lot of people are just out and out quitting the global version of Seven Knights because of all these nerfs and all these huge changes. It just makes the game seem less fun and their favorite characters seem less useful. And I just hope and pray that they do not nerf the Awakened Shallones. I really am hoping that they don't nerf him or nerf Nox, because Nox is one of my best characters. I actually changed my icon to Chris because I really like Nox. I really like Nox. On the subject of Nox, I really do like him, but the reason I changed my my leader to Chris is because my friends need someone deadly to help them out in adventure modes and other modes like that. And Nox is only meant for really Arena. He's not as universal as Chris is. So if some of my friends want to use my main character, they actually have a reason to, because Chris is the most deadly character on my team. So it made sense for me to set him as my leader, so my friends can actually have someone to bring along with them in dungeons, in tower, and things like that. So that's the reason I swapped my leader to Chris. But anyways, Seven Knights has been getting a little slow with updates, and I kind of don't want to do too much. Make this channel just based solely off of Seven Knights. I hope you guys and girls don't mind that, because I've noticed a lot of channels fading away because they base their entire channel, everything, on one game. And one game, as you know, especially mobile games, they don't last as long as console games. They just don't. So when you base a channel off a mobile game, say something happens to that mobile game, and it happens all the time. There were several mobile games that I loved, and they had millions of downloads, and they died within a few years. And that's not the game's fault. It's just that when it loses popularity, the game dies. Console games, when they lose popularity, they don't die. they still stay out there. They're still up for download. They're still up for sale. When they lose popularity, they're still there. But when mobile games lose popularity, they have to get removed off the App Store, and you just can't play them at all. They're just gone. So I don't want to base my entire channel off of one mobile game in particular. And trust me, I think Seven Nights is going to last forever. But I don't want to base my entire channel off of one game. Not only because I don't think it's going to support my channel enough, but because, first of all, the developers, they haven't said a word to me, and I'd make more Seven Nights videos than any other YouTuber out there. And I'm not bragging when I say that. I make a lot of Seven Nights content. Like, my channel is packed with it. And I haven't gotten no high nor hair from developers. And I've done so much for their game. Really, I've done a lot for it. And not hearing anything from them is pretty disappointing. So I think I'm just going to do make this more of an entertainment channel. So if you're a fan of like Markiplier or PewDiePie, or one of my favorites is Jacksepticeye. If you're a fan of one of those YouTubers, that's probably what I'm going to be doing a little more often on this channel, is just do fun Let's Plays and make funny videos, because my goal is to entertain, not to make money. And that's what most of the channels that are based off of one mobile game or one game in particular are for. They kind of, don't get me wrong, YouTubers. If you are making a channel off of one game and you're not doing it for money, this isn't towards you. This talk isn't towards you. I'm just saying that some YouTubers who do base their channel off one game, they do it because it's popular, it's famous, and if they make a channel, it's guaranteed to get a whole bunch of subs and a whole bunch of money. And that's why they make their content, because it makes them money. Me, I just started making content. If you see my first few videos, they're really just silly videos. I kind of just like making people laugh. That was my thing. And when I saw Seven Nights, I just saw such huge potential in the game, and I loved it so much. So I started making more content off of it. But yeah, that's all the time I have left for this video. I hope you didn't mind my constant yammering there for a little bit, because I really wanted to talk to you guys and gals out there about what this channel really is. So stay tuned for a lot of stuff. But don't get me wrong, I'm still making Seven Nights videos. Even if I say Seven Nights does start to slow down, say it does start to slow down and the community isn't paying too much attention to it, I'm still making videos about it. I still am. I'm still making videos about this game forever. I really am. So even if this does get really popular, like Markiplier's channel or PewDiePie's channel, I'm still making videos about this because I like this game. I think it's fun. I think a lot of people need to know about it. And I'm still keeping my King of the Arena series too. I'm keeping that. This is something that's not going to go away from this channel. I'm just doing a lot more on this channel other than Seven Nights. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, that's all the time I got for this video, my fellow gamers. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And please do take it easy for me. Alright? Bye.